start with talking about the filter holder and the mount. These two pieces here screw together over the lens so that you've got a secure mounting bracket to the camera and to the lens. And then this is the actual holder here, and you'll see the little white arrow down below there. There you go, right there. It just makes it childproof. Sometimes not photographer proof, but childproof. And then it just kind of slips on there, and then you can also, there's a screw hole there that you can mount a screw to make sure it's secure. I don't usually do that. And this is the filter in the holder itself, and you'll see that the gasket is facing outward, so that when you put another filter in front of it, it blocks out the light from getting into the area between the two filters. And then there's another gasket behind it that goes right onto the mount itself. Just so you got an idea of how it blocks out all the light and keeps it nice and dark from the front of your filter, or the front of your lens. And then when you put your other filter on, there's an example of how it just kind of seals up there. And closing it up. As you can see, it's completely blacked out inside of there now. As you can see, this is it mounted onto the camera. One of the things you'll notice also how dark it is. You have to, a lot of times, take that quick release off and then focus and get your settings how you want them, and then put your camera back in manual focus, because it's too dark inside to do an auto focused. Zooming in, checking out the exposure a little bit, checking out the focus, just making sure everything is where I want it to be for my final product. And this is what I love about long exposure and using filters. Look how the water's laid down, looks like glass. It's just flat. You get great colors. You got dark from the very far right to the very highlights of the white clouds, the little puffy clouds, with the motion from the long exposure. So this is my finished product for this particular shot. What do you think? Now for the Hoya variable filter. These mount right to the lens, and then they offer a variation from 0 to whatever the highest point is on your particular filter. This one is a 2.5, so it'll go from 0 to 2.5. And you can see this isn't anywhere near as dark as that 15 stop. That thing is just a beast, and I can't wait to do some other shooting with it. But this one has got its own advantages. Again, it's small, mounts right to your lens, so if you're hiking, it makes it a lot easier to have camera ready, filter ready to go. And you can actually see my hand through this. If you remember on the 15 stop, you couldn't even see my hand through the sunlight, so it's a pretty big difference. And now you should be able to see the variation between, the filter and no filter as we spin it here and start bringing the filter into play. You can see how it takes the overexposure and brings it down to where you want it to be able to shoot with a longer exposure. And there's a top view. As you can see, it's much easier and cleaner on the lens. And then focusing in after the shot. And here you go, as final product for the variable filter. As you can see that it doesn't lay the water down the same. It has definitely got a different texture to it. But thank you for watching. There's a flashback to the 15 stop photo for you to compare, and I'll put a link down in the description where you can pull them both up and look at them on the website. Hope this helped in your decision process as to whether or not the variable filters for you are the solid. Thanks for joining and have a great day.